We are recording. We are live.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Team Up Monday Night Call. It's a pleasure to see so many of you on the call tonight. The purpose of the Monday Night Call is always health and wellness education, but also the purpose of the call is about personal growth, expansion, and living a life of possibility. And so tonight's call with Maraya Brown is going to encompass both of these aspects. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Maraya Brown before I bring her on board. I met Maraya probably 10 years ago here in Oregon, and I was instantly captivated, number one, by her beauty, number two, by her ability to be absolutely present with someone, completely present with someone in the moment, in conversation. And my friends, that is very, very rare. And then the other thing that I have observed about Maraya over the past 10 years is I have watched her grow in bloom and become the most amazing advocate for women's health, addressing issues that we don't often address as women. And that is hormones and how they affect every single aspect of our life. So here is what I want to share with you about Maraya. This is a little bit about her bio. This is why you're in the right place at the right time. Maraya is a Yale Trained Certified Nurse Midwife, MSN with her undergraduate in marketing. So she gets it. She's working two sides of her brain here. She has been attending births for 20 years. She's managed women's health clinics in Hawaii and Oregon for 13 years, and she has taught at the Chinese Medicine College on the big island of Hawaii. Some of those of you coming in from Hawaii probably know where that is, and is in the process of getting her certification through the Institute of Functional Medicine. This woman has a deep appreciation and respect for food as medicine, and now practices online as a women's health coach with her 8-week program, helping women move from exhausted to energized, balancing hormones and fuel and feel turned on by their lives, their lovers, and themselves. She's the co-creator and founder of Beyond the Red Tent, and she has owned virtual nutritional franchises for 13 years. She's also the mother of, I have to tell you, 3 of the most gorgeous children I have ever seen. And her husband is a sheer delight. He's a personal trainer, a physical therapist with a heart. My friends, welcome my friend, Maraya Brown. Welcome, Maraya.
Thanks. It's nice to be here. I'm really looking forward to this. Let me do a share screen real quick and get right into it. As my husband moves the garbage can right outside the window. You gotta love it when we get to work out of home. So let's talk a little bit about making choices that create hormone health. For those of you that end up having questions, you're welcome at any point just to go to marayabrown.com and let's have a conversation. But first, I just want you to picture this. Just feel it. You're driving in the car. You've got your best music playing. The air is clean, the sky is beautiful, you had a lovely meditation this morning, you're going to your new job that you love, and you know you're going to be on time, and you're so proud of yourself, and you're just feeling great, right? And then, dun, 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 you look in your rearview mirror and there's the lights. And then, whatever it is, you're getting pulled over and you're like, oh no, I forgot to renew my registration. And this is my first day at work and I'm going to be late. And that feeling. And, when I prep this slide, it's just kind of words. But then when I'm getting ready to talk on stage, I feel it. I feel the butterflies in my stomach, right? Maybe my heart rate goes up a little bit. I don't know if you can feel that when there's that feeling of like, I'm getting pulled over, or whatever stress might happen, right? Your palms sweat, blood flows goes to the extremities. Because here's the deal. No matter what the cause of stress, the body is really smart. It goes into fight, flight, or freeze, as though you are a zebra in the Sahara being chased by a lion, right? What are the options? You either survive or you get eaten. It's kind of two options in that scenario. And no matter the cause of stress, our body responds the same way. So it has a big spike in cortisol and epinephrine or adrenaline, and it sends our blood flow to the extremities so that we can run fast. It increases our respiratory rate. Guess what, my friends? It shuts off our digestion and our gut. Because if you are in the place of either I'm going to run and survive or be killed, it doesn't matter if you're going to have a good bowel movement that day, or if you have great gut health, right? It shuts hormone production off, because you don't necessarily need to make sure that you're ovulating or preventing a hot flash or having a healthy thyroid and having the lovely sex hormones that we love to have in our body when we're simply in survival. The body shuts off the immune system. If you're running from that lion and you happen to be sneezed on by someone with COVID-19, the body's not worried about it right now, okay? The body is just trying to survive, so the immune system gets shut down so that everything can go towards survival. Our body naturally increases our blood sugar so that we have energy reserves so we can flee. Hence, when people are under high stress or high inflammation over time, they have an increased chance of developing diabetes. And we have a decreased clarity of thought. If you are running, or if you're under high stress, just about to go up on stage in front of thousands of people, and someone says, what's 12 times 12? You have no idea, right? It doesn't matter. I don't need to be able to have clarity of thought when I'm under stress. And the reality is, we are all under stress every day. Whether you are looking up your checking account and going, I don't know how I'm going to pay the bills, or you're looking at the numbers on the news of health outcomes, or you're driving and people are honking at you, or you're breathing air that's contaminated, drinking water that's not filtered, drinking too much caffeine, drinking too much alcohol, not taking care of yourself, right? Having bad dreams, imagining the worst outcome, whatever it is, whether it's imagined, it's real, it's simply a movie, a scary movie, the body is responding physiologically the same way, okay? So it will not choose to produce those bless hormones, i.e. our immune system, our sex hormones, our lovely gut health. Instead, it is dealing with fight, flight, or freeze survival, and that is stress response, okay? In my case, I pushed too hard. I was a busy mom. I was an entrepreneur. I had a newborn baby that happened to not sleep while I was breastfeeding. And of course, I took care of everybody first. And guess what, my friends? My thyroid crashed and my adrenals crashed, and I was exhausted. And then I had to deal with it. So it's all important. What I want to ask you is, what are you consuming? Through your mouth, through your eyes, through your ears, through your mind, your nose, your heart, and your skin, because it's all relevant. You know, we think a lot about, I need to eat more fruits and vegetables. I need to have a better diet. I probably shouldn't eat that crap ice cream or the bag of potato chips, or I know I'm drinking too much alcohol during high times of stress. Or maybe you are aware that maybe you're scrolling through Facebook a little bit too much, and what your eyes are seeing is not serving you. The movies you're watching, the radio stations you're tuning into, what are you listening to, right? What are you allowing into your mind? What fragrances are you around? My friend, endocrine disruptors go right through the nose and wreak havoc on the body. I will talk a little bit about endocrine disruptors. And then what's going into your heart, right? Are you surrounding yourself with people that you love? And what are you putting on your skin? Yes, skincare products make a big difference, right? It's all relevant, and all impacts our energy level, our hormone balance, and also our libido. And I bring up libido. It's a touchy subject, I know, but the reality is I work predominantly with women. This does affect men as well, everything that I'm saying. But I say I want women to feel turned on by their life, feel turned on by their lovers, and feel turned on by themselves. And yes, it's a sexual term, but it's more around vitality and zest, when we're really protecting and paying attention to what is going in. So this is a really busy slide. You don't necessarily have to look at it. Just close your eyes and listen, because here are the things that I hear on a daily basis. People say, I have high stress and anxiety. I'm constantly doing, but feeling exhausted and inefficient. I'm struggling with insomnia and weight gain and feeling like my hormones are out of whack. I have irregular menstrual cycles. I can't get pregnant. I'm struggling with infertility. I need coffee in the morning to have a bowel movement or energy to get going. I feel my life is dull, lacks inspiration, zest, or vitality. I go all day and do all day, because if I sit still, I'll crash, and my thoughts will simply be a spinning, anxious mess. I suffer from having a slow body. I'm cold. I have slow hair growth, slow digestion. I'm constipated. I can't lose weight. I suffer from brain fog, in a haze, easily set off. I'm feeling impatient. I'm raising my voice at my kids. I'm feeling irritable with my husband. We're arguing more than we're flirting. My patience is low. I can't get energy for my workouts. My immune system is off and I'm getting sick more often. You guys, this is stuff that I hear on a regular basis. And in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, this is all hormonal, okay? I have a lack of vitality or joy in my life. Look in the mirror, not feeling happy with what I see. And my success at work is not what I want it to be. I simply feel unfulfilled. So let's talk about these things, because I love what Louise Hay says. You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Oh, it makes me emotional to say. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Okay. What I say is do what lights you up, because you are worth it. And all of that laundry list, all the things that you might be experiencing. Maybe I said something that really calls to you and you go, yeah, that's me. How did you know? Well, because I talk to women, I've been doing it for 20 years, and we need to do what lights us up. So let's talk about some solutions. Number one, keep blood sugars stable through the day. A way to start that out is first thing in the morning, within 30 to 60 minutes of waking, I want you to eat, okay? I want you to have some quality fiber, protein, and fat, ideally something green. People say, oh, I'm not hungry. Oh, I'm doing an intermittent fasting. Okay, listen, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, but intermittent fasting, okay, fine. If you want to finish your last caloric intake within 4 hours of going to bed and get a good night's sleep, awesome. Get into deep REM sleep, help your brain rest and rejuvenate, help your gut rest, fine. But when you wake up, you have to get sustenance in your body. Your cortisol naturally spikes in the morning. Your body's exposed to light, cortisol goes on, the body goes, okay, I'm awake, I need to go, right? But you need a source of nutrients for that cortisol to leach from. Otherwise, it's going to catabolize your body, okay? And setting yourself up for blood sugar management throughout the day means starting with a breakfast. It can be something light. Do your Adaptogen Elixir and put some collagen in it. At least it's something. Add a little bit of spirulina. And that buys you an hour or two. And then maybe you can have breakfast a little bit later, but you've got to have a little bit in there. No skipping meals, okay? Quality fiber, lots of plants, protein, fat throughout the day. All right, we have got to keep our blood sugar stable, because then the adrenals are happy and the hormones are happy. All right, eat well, mainly plants. I love what Michael Pollan says. He says, eat food, not too much, mostly plants, right? My motto is get every color every day into your body. Food coloring and M&Ms don't count. And yes, I mean every color. And some people go, well, that's too much. And I go, well, how healthy do you want to be? Is there a cap, right? You can sneak it in your smoothie. You can sneak it in salads. There's so many ways to just get that wide variety of plants, all right? It's going to serve you. It's going to serve you in so many ways. And for those who are looking and going, I know I need more nutrients, and I'm trying my best to eat a lot of plants, but I'm struggling. Maybe I should take a multivitamin. I say, no, my friends. No multivitamin in this home. We don't need high doses of isolated fragmented vitamins, right? You can eat an apple. It's got on average 5 milligrams of vitamin, but 10,000 ingredients. Or you can take 1,000 milligrams of isolated fragmented vitamin C, and you're only getting that one thing. The body doesn't know what to do with it. No, I say eat the apple. Or if you're looking for supplemental options, I'm a big advocate of Juice Plus. Juice Plus takes 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries that are picked at their peak of ripeness, pulverized in their entirety. So like the orange, you still get the rind, and the broccoli, you still get the stem, and then they're dehydrated and put into capsule form. So I'm not saying it replaces what you eat. You still need to eat a lot of plants. You still need to eat well and get the fiber. But for those of you that are feeling like, I need something to bridge that gap, I'm a big advocate of adding in the Juice Plus supplementation. And then there's a program called Shred 10. So Shred 10, I love. It's just a gentle detoxification and rejuvenation program, because what we need, I don't even know if I mentioned it, when we talk about stress response, something as simple as drinking water that's not filtered. The body's exposed to stress, okay? The chemicals that we're exposed to on a daily basis, they say that babies, they're testing newborn blood. They find as many as 250 toxins in the cord blood of newborn babies, okay? We are simply exposed to toxins all the time. And we have to find healthy ways to properly detoxify. So I love Shred 10 because you're not going to feel hungry. You're not going to be pooping your brains out. Let's get real. But you get to take out the pro-inflammatory foods and add in a super wide load of anti-inflammatory foods with the support and hand holding. Okay. Plus, it's going to encourage you to drink Drink lots of water, get in your body movement, all of that, okay? Rest and practice in your body, okay? When I say practice, I mean like a practice. Maybe you call it meditation, maybe you call it prayer, that we give ourselves 12 minutes a day, 6 days a week for 8 months. What research has shown is when you look at yoginis that are up in the Himalayan mountains in their robes and like, right, the hours on the day, and you go, how do we live like that? Listen, we don't have to do that. What research has shown is something as simple as just setting aside a minute. Do a minute every 12 hours that you're awake. Have it add up to 12 minutes in a day. Just to take a pause, put your hand on your heart and take a breath. Maybe it's when you put your seatbelt on in the car. Maybe you're going to grab your phone and scroll through Facebook and you just give yourself a moment. You put your hand on your heart, you feel your body, and you take a rest. And that calms the adrenals and it goes, oh, maybe I'm not being chased by a lion. Maybe I am safe. Oh, there's my gut. Oh, there's my immune system. Oh, there's some hormones, right? So do that 12 minutes a day, 6 days a week for 8 weeks. Research has shown significant reduction in depression, anxiety, the outcomes that we're looking for to be like a yogini in the Himalayan. Exercise, they say at least 150 minutes per week. Many like to go, I'm going to take on this new exercise regimen. It's the new year and you think you're going to work out an hour every single day. You don't have to do that for a couple reasons. Number one, if your adrenals are exhausted and you've been not saying no enough, stress level has been too high, you put on your running shoes and you get outside and you go for a run, and guess what? The body goes, where's the lion? What am I running from? In some scenarios, it's not what you need for your adrenal health, okay? Same thing with heavy weights. Maybe for those that are ovulating and still before menopause, if you want to do that during your ovulatory phase, okay, that's a good time to do it. But if your adrenals are really taxed, I'm talking about moderate, even mild exercise. You can break it up into just 10-minute segments. I love the 7-minute workout. I figure, okay, I can find 7 minutes in my day. Do that twice a day or do it once a day and do a walk around the block, and there we go. I've got 150 minutes in my week, okay? So it can be small, what feels like kind of insignificant, adding change into the jar that adds up over time and helps your body feel the vitality and zest that we're looking for. Take endocrine disruptors out. What are endocrine disruptors? You can also, maybe you've seen the word xenoestrogens with X. We think of plastics, many of our beauty care products. Once again, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the beauty care that we put on our skin, okay? The best we can do to take those out, I'm not going to cover a whole lot because it's a whole deep dive, but just know that the endocrine system is important. The hormone receptors are like a lock and key, okay? If you put that key in and you turn it, it's locked, okay? When we're exposed to something like plastic, or we go get a Pantene shampoo, sorry if anybody loves Pantene, the fragrances, the endocrine receptors, what goes in, the body goes, hey, I know that's that hormone. It's filled. I don't need to produce the hormone anymore, okay? If you're eating meat that's hormone filled, antibiotic filled, guess what? The body goes, I've got that already. So it throws off your hormone balance. And it comes in all different ways. The reason I put TG there is I'm a big advocate of a tower garden. If you're wanting to take control of your food chain, spend less time going to the grocery store, less time going, oh man, I got that produce and now it's gone bad in my drawer, or you're questioning whether your produce is filled with pesticides and herbicides, you can then grow your own. Plus you get to play your part with environmental wellness. It takes 10% of the land, 10% of the water. Then I say, choose who you spend your time with. They say we are the product of the top 5 company that we keep. I need to close this out. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to close that out. So choose wisely. Right? Think about what goes into our mind, what goes into our heart. Are you surrounding yourself with people that lift you up, that make you want to be better at who you are, that are bringing positivity in your life and saying, yes, I believe in you, okay? We need to set boundaries and make ourselves a priority and do what lights us up. You're going to hear me say this a few times. We have to do what lights us up. You want your hormones to be balanced and your adrenals to be cared for? Do what lights you up. You want to increase your libido? Do what lights you up. Because the more you feel tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, the more likely your life will be abundant in all things: health, love, wealth, career, creativity, community, just to name a few. I say put your own oxygen mask on first, because doing activities you do extremely well and that light you up is what is going to create the abundance that you're looking for. When we put on our own oxygen mask first and we do the things that we love, we become lit up and we become more full versions that we're pouring into our children, our grandchildren, our work, and we give those around us permission to do the same. I'm a mother and I have 3 little children, and this makes me want to cry because they know that mom takes care of mom, and especially my daughters. They are going to know that when they become mom, they get to fill up their own cup first. And we have to, as women, put on our own oxygen mask. It doesn't mean, oh, I don't know how to fit it into the day. I got to take care of the kids. I got to take care of the husband. I got to take care of the house. Got to take care of the work. No, we take care of ourselves and we fill up our own cup. It has to be a priority, because if you've consistently tuned out the calling to do these activities that light you up, then things like depression, illness, excess weight, injuries, relationship conflicts start to sneak in. And I'll tell you, it wreaks havoc on your adrenals. So the functional medicine approach, if you're looking to balance your hormones, is you first start with gut health. You remove, ideally, your gluten, your dairy, your sugar, your alcohol, your caffeine, your processed foods. If that feels like too much, start with 1 or 2 of those things, okay? Maybe you just reduce them. You replace them. It's pretty simple with a lot of plants. If you're looking for a couple little supplementation, I would say Juice Plus, I already mentioned that. You're getting the extra plants, 30 plants with the fiber, and you know they're toxin-free. Then you also want to re-inoculate. So you want to get foods that are high in probiotics and prebiotics. All your fiber-rich plants, you're setting yourself up for success. Maybe you make some homemade sauerkraut. Maybe you eat some miso, or you drink a kombucha, something that's going to be re-inoculating the positive bacteria to your gut microbiome. Then we address our adrenal health. I've talked a lot about that. For me, I keep my CBD oils close by to activate my endocannabinoid system. I have my endocrine blend or my adrenal blend aromatherapy close by. You'll always see me drinking an Adaptogen Elixir tea. What are adaptogens? Adaptogens all come from the plant, botanical, mushroom kingdom. They help the body better adapt to stress. If you want some free Adaptogen Elixir recipes, you can go to marayabrown.com, and that's my gift to you. Grab those recipes and make them. Drink it every morning, drink it throughout the day. It goes in and just soothes the adrenals, okay? Barefoot walk. Make sure you set aside that time for rest. Then there's liver support. Little things you can do for liver support. Add some extra bitters, like liver support bitters, or eat greens that tend to be more on the bitter side. Your arugula is one example. Decrease your alcohol. The other thing with alcohol, just as a heads up, 1 glass of wine increases your estrogen by 30%. So if many women are suffering from estrogen dominance and we're thinking the alcohol is helping us wind down, let me tell you, it's actually making the estrogen scenario a little bit worse. And make sure that you're pooping. You've got to poop every day. Okay, let's just get real. If you want your liver to be at its maximum capacity, you need a wide variety of plants. The wider, the better. It helps the genes in the liver be activated because you get all the amino acids from all those wide variety of plants. And you add in the fiber so that we can have regular bowel movements. You can look at the Bristol stool chart if you're trying to figure out, well, where am I in the bowel world? Thyroid health. So in the functional medicine approach, it's gut, then adrenal, then liver, then thyroid, then hormone. Thyroid health, you have to address the adrenals first, but also thyroid really relates to inflammation. There's a reason why levothyroxine is the most prescribed medication in the United States. That's synthetic thyroid hormone. Women, we have to speak our truth, okay? We have to give our thyroid care, and there's lots of nutritional support specifically for the thyroid. I'm not gonna get into that, no. And then same with hormones. Then there's lots of things that we can do to fine tune our hormones. One thing is add in lots of really good quality phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens come from soy, primrose oil, red clover, ground flax. If you're going to eat soy, make sure it's organic and non-GMO. It's another reason why I like the Shred 10 program, is you're getting quality soy that you know is non-GMO and organic. And yes, my friends, quality phytoestrogens are positive. They're going to be good for you if you're concerned about estrogen, all right? Anything else? The ground flax, keep it in the fridge. And then there's mindset. Mindset and energy, my feeling is you never get out of that. That's the work that you do every step of the way. And so once again, the functional approach is we first address our diet. What are you eating? What are you putting in your mouth? You're eating predominantly plants. How are you living? How are you addressing your stress? Are you drinking water, right? Are you keeping the endocrine disruptors out? Are you doing stress reduction? Are you surrounding yourself with the right people? And then there's some botanicals, some supplements, right? I'm a huge advocate of supplementing with food, not vitamins. So Juice Plus is a great example. The other thing that many people tend to need is some extra methylated B as in boy, methylfolate. You can get like a great methylated B complex, and vitamin D as in dog. Those are two that it's really hard to get through our food. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of supplements that I recommend. Sometimes if you need some extra help with methylation, there's others, but that's when you get to work directly with the coach to get some specifics. And then sometimes there's lab work that's needed. But let me tell you, if you're wanting to know where your hormones are from a lab perspective, blood is not the place to go. If somebody wants to order your blood work to look at your hormones, it's a waste of time, to be honest with you. There's only a couple that are worth it, but there's a lot that you can do to address your hormone health just with your symptoms. And then prescriptions is a last resort. Not my go-to, but for some, it's their mojo, right? Mindset, energy, love, and coaching. And so just to close this out, then you get to work with a coach, and that's what I do. And so like Terry said, I help women move from exhausted to energized, balance their hormones, and feel turned on by their life, their lover, and themselves. I do it in an 8-week program. It's deep, it's profound, it's group, it's one-on-one. So you can go to marayabrown.com. And there, like I said, you can grab the free Adaptogen Elixir recipes. Those are free. Grab them, make them each day, sip on them through the day. And then you can also book a breakthrough call. On a breakthrough call, I just gift you an hour of my time, and we get to sit down and go, all right, what's working? What's not working? What are you looking for? What do you want to change? And let me see if I can point you in a direction of transformation. I might offer you up a spot to work with me. I might not. It's all good. I promise I'll point you in a direction of some solutions. And I've been vetting experts around the globe for a long time, and I know a lot of really cool people out in the world. And so when you go to marayabrown.com, just click on Get Started. I know that Sonia's on, and Sonia took the program. If there's time, I'd love it, Sonia, if you'd be open just to saying a little bit about what your experience is, and there's then maybe a minute for questions. I can stay on after for Q&A because there's a lot of information, and hopefully there was at least a few things that really stuck and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there was so much great information. I'm just so grateful that I've taken the course, because I would have been writing a mile a minute so much. But I just want to thank you, Maraya, for being here, because I just love everything you say. And Terry, thank you for bringing Maraya on. I just want to say quickly, you know, I was a mom who always put myself last. And, you know, with the Juice Plus, and that was the start of just trying to focus on my nutrition, right? And prioritizing my health. And then the self-care starts. And so it's just these layers. And, you know, I suffered from endometriosis, and I have for years. And so I really wanted to get the specifics and the education around the hormone health, which there is so much education with this course. So if you're really interested in learning more and really getting a better understanding, I really highly recommend it. But I will say that this course helped me really, besides the education, really step into my power and really find out what it is that I truly want in life, like what is so important to me, and have a better connection to myself, a strong relationship with my husband and our family. And it really was life-changing. I mean, it was really, truly transformative. So I'm just grateful. So thank you, Maraya.
So Maraya Brown, wow, what a program. You have blessed a lot of women with some really, really important information. And I have followed this lifestyle that you just described for going on 28 years now. I was introduced to Juice Plus 28 years ago. Then I incorporated the Complete. I have been shredding. I've learned about adaptogens, and I do adaptogens, and I do mushrooms, and I do my CBDs, and I'm sitting here going, check, double check, double check, double check. And I'm here to tell you that I have never had a hot flash, and I have never had night sweats. And I absolutely breezed through menopause. And I had learned years and years ago that there were cultures on the planet where women did not have hot flashes and night sweats. And I remember thinking almost 30 years ago, I am going to be one of those women. And I'm here to tell you that it is all about lifestyle choices. This information, Maraya, is so important. Thank you so much. I know that, look at, we're still all hanging on. None of us want to go. But Maraya, thank you so much. You want to visit with Maraya, you know how to get with her. Everybody unmute yourselves and let's give her a team up. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Maraya. Really great.
Maraya.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. See many of you next week. Take care. Thank you,
Good
night.
Maraya. We'll
Yeah,
speak.
thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.